Hey guys, this is Curtis from All the Kings Highways. I thought I'd start a new series on Bubbles. This is a car you see on my profile picture. This is my baby right here. This is my 2005 PT Cruiser. We call it Bubbles. This is a car I've won a lot of trophies with. Took it to a lot of car shows. I've done lots of work to this car. Right now it's full of stuff. Kind of let it sit on the wayside. But I have put in custom door slots in here. We made these. We put custom headrest on it. We made those. As you can see, we put in a material headliner that's made out of silk, blue silk. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is palm trees that are made into the material. We put that in there in kind of a custom deal there, and it's got custom stereo in it. It's got amps and subs in it. I just put these wheels on it not too long ago. It had the stock polished chrome wheels on it. It's got custom tail lights on it that we put in it, and we put a custom bumper on it. It's got dual exhaust on it. The reason that it's got custom tail lights and a custom bumper on it is wife was driving it one time coming back from work. She got rear-ended, and so we got money from it. They totaled it, but we were able to buy it back from the insurance company, and I had to put a new bumper on it, or a bumper cover, and the tail light got busted out of it and broke, so we had to replace those. So I went with the custom tail light. You can see it's still banged up there. Eventually I'll get that banged out and get that fixed. But we had to put a new hatch door on it. It was all caved in. The van jumped the bumper and hit this and caved in all this back part of it. So that is a different hatch door that we put on there. Ordered that, had it air flighted in. They flew it in by airplane from, I think it was Illinois. It did not ever have this spoiler on it. I had that custom painted to match the car. Took that off of another cruiser. I think it was a GT. Put it on there, and this is actually a touring edition, but we rebadged it to be a Beats edition. We set this up with all kinds of beach stuff, beach towels and beach balls, and I've got a custom surfboard that I have made and painted the same color as the car that we mount to the top. We've got a roof rack that is not permanent, but we put it on there, and we put the surfboard on there, and just thought we would start a series on it. I'm going to try to get her cleaned back up, start taking her back to the shows, and see what happens. It's been a while since I've took it to a show. Like I say, we've put in these custom plates. They came out of the GT. The chrome center deal came out of the GT, and the touring edition didn't come with the fancy steering wheel inserts or the door inserts there. The shifter knob came out of the GT also. We put on these chrome aluminum panels there. It's got custom mirrors, carbon fiber mirrors. We put those on there with lights that light up. I got that grille out of another cruiser. Mine was just solid blue. Thought I would try a chrome one. Put in a custom engine cover over in the hood. We made that to fit there. It's got the chrome gas tank cover there for there. And we call this cruiser, like I said, we call her Bubbles. And also, I did show you a while ago, we changed out the reverse lights, and they're smoked and they're custom. They're pretty neat. And I'm gonna turn on the lights so you can see that, how those light up. Those are pretty neat, the way they light up. Grab the keys and make sure the radio's off, because if I play music, YouTube will get mad. The reason I have two different sets of keys is the ignition switch messed up on it. And like I say, it's been a while since it's been running.
2 to 5 p.m. every day.
So we'll turn that off. I told you it was going to come on, but you hear that custom exhaust. It sounds pretty good. We're going to turn on the blinker there, and we're going to show you how that works. The top light blinks like that. Of course, the other one blinks up in there like that. And I like them. They're pretty cool. It's a pretty neat deal. And I'm going to go ahead and open the trunk. I wish I could show you the stereo system, but like I say, YouTube don't like music if it's not approved, their music. Okay, and you can see there, got two amplifiers in there that power that. And got a couple big subwoofers in the back behind the seat, right behind this panel. And you see that I've got kind of a surfboard pillow there, towels, and you can see the top of that trophy right there. That is a very tall trophy. It's as tall as I am. I'm probably 5'5". That trophy's probably about 5'2" or so, and we won that trophy for a cruise, and cruise night. We drove a cruise, and they gave us that trophy. I had the surfboard on there and everything. We were riding around, and it was our local car show, and they gave me that trophy, and it's called the Best Cruiser, which was kind of funny that it matched up with our car being a cruiser, but it was just for somebody driving around on the cruise night, and so we thought that was pretty neat. But that's the biggest trophy that I've won. It's a real neat trophy. One of these days I'll get everything out of the car, and I'm gonna set it up like I would how I do it for display at the show. And we got a little bit of beach theme going on with it. Like I say, we blow up beach balls, and see, I'll pull this dog out, and you can see there's part of it. Big trophy. The one underneath it is another trophy that we won at the Snyder Car Show down in Snyder, Texas, and that was a real neat deal. We won that trophy for the cruise night. They have different categories. We won second place in our class, and then we stayed around for the cruise. We weren't going to do it, but they talked us into it, and we were driving the cruise. And you can see I've got a little palm tree there. We've won a first place at the Children's Miracle Network Co-Show, sponsored by Walmart. Our local Walmart put on a show. That we won that trophy that one year. Another for the same Children's Miracle Network for 14. We won first place in our in our category, so we got this trophy. And there's several trophies all throughout this car, and like I say, anyway, going back to the Snyder Car Show, we won, like I say, we won third place in the cruise, and so we got a cruiser award for the cruise, third place. We won $75 on that show, and we ended up with 3 trophies that day. Like I say, the third place for the cruise, and then we got a plaque that's top 10 of the cruise. There was like, I bet there was 50 cars that were driving around in the cruise, and they picked 10 to be the top 10, and then out of those top 10 they did first place, second place, and third place, and we ended up with, like I say, third place, which was pretty neat. We didn't expect that. And we went again this year, but we didn't take the cruiser, we took the Mustang down there, and of course we didn't place with it because there was a bunch of Mustangs down there. Our little V6 Mustang didn't compete with the Cobras and the GTs, which they kind of messed up on that deal. And but anyway, we ended up doing the cruise night, and we made top 10 with the Mustang in the cruise night. And it's just simple reason, when you go to these cruises, you're not just driving around, you're supposed to be kind of showing off and showing that you're having a good time, and you're trying to impress the judges. And so we had my daughter and her boyfriend with us. They went down for a family outing, and we kept the Mustang, and she borrowed my Dart, and they went down somewhere down in down South Texas. But they came back and stopped and went with the cruise with us, and we had a good time with the Mustang there, and I kind of did some burnouts and did some fishtailing and just having a good time, just showing it, having a good time, and we were hanging out the windows and hollering, hooping, and we had we call the Mustang Rarity, and so we had My Little Pony stuffed animals that we were flashing the judges with them, and we had a Mustang horse stuffed animal, and we had him riding out the window like a puppy dog, and they liked that, so they gave us a top 10 plaque for that, and I thought that was pretty cool to get that. And again, they had no telling how many cars that were there, and first place and second place won cash prizes, and of course we didn't. I don't think we made top 10. I'm not sure what place we actually got. I think we got like maybe 8th place, but it was still good to place in the cruise night, and I think that's really what I wanted to do more than really the show, but I thought we would try it and see. But this is, like I say, this is the cruiser, and what I'm going to do is I've got to replace the hood and the fenders. The fenders and the hoods have gotten scratched up pretty good, and you can see that they've gotten really scratched up, scratches and stuff like that. The hood is really bad, got really scratched up pretty bad, and so I've got these other fenders that I'm going to put on there. They're in a lot better shape. With that fender over there, right and left fender. The hood, I've had it in storage, so it's kind of dirty, but it's a lot better hood. We're going to put that on there, and we're going to do a project on that, and we'll show you more as we go on it. Oh, I do have a custom hood on this thing. I've got it just took off now. I've got these hinges that I've made on here, and you take out the hood bolts, and the hood will set straight with the car. It's not quite like a suicide hood, which they do make a kit for that, and I may get that later on to open it up like a Corvette, but I kind of like it being the way I've got it. It sets like this way with the car, and it's pretty neat that way. It's different. Seems to get a big kick out of people that are like, how did you do that? You know, and tell them, well, I put a hinge on the hood, and so they think it's kind of neat. It kind of messes with people, and like I say, I've got to repaint this, and I'm going to repaint the intake manifold back, and a few things that I've kind of let her go, because she has an overheating problem, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got another engine for it, and I'm thinking that I'm going to put that other engine in here eventually, but I kind of putting it off as much as I can because I don't really like working on these front wheel drives, and so I really need a shop to do it, but I don't have a shop, and I may end up just having to do it in our driveway one of these days, and kind of just been putting it off to the back burner. But since I've gotten the trailer, we're gonna trailer it. Drove it to lots of shows. Carlsbad, New Mexico was the farthest I've went with it, and the last time I drove it, it got really hot, and thought we were gonna lose it, but we managed to get it over there and get it back. So I think it's got a messed up head on it, and it may have just blown the head gasket, but I didn't want to mess with this little engine and trying to put another head on it and timing it and all that, so I just got another whole motor, and it's just easier to put a whole motor in it than to really try to tinker with getting a head back in time on this little engine on this thing. It's a real complicated engine for me to mess with. Dual overhead cam engine, and you got to get them perfectly in time. We had a Dodge Neon that had the same type engine in it, and I put another head on that and never could get that thing back running right like it was. I'd been better off just putting another motor in that thing instead of just replacing the head. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all more. Anyway, I've already started getting the screws out, the bolts, and I have these custom covers that go on here. They're chrome. You can see there's one right there, and that's kind of like I put those on there, right there and there, and put them on all the bolts, and so you can see that this is already loose, and it just comes off like that. Well, it is hung. Anyway, there we go. And like I say, it's a real nice grill. Got that at the local junkyard. And I got those fenders at the wrecking yard also. I love the Wrench Apart wrecking yard. They have lots and lots of cruisers. I've put this car back together with different parts, and replaced the computer and the ignition system on it, and replaced one of the headlights. I need to replace the other one. It's kind of getting dull, and I put the fog lights in the bottom. Mine didn't have them, so I took those off of a GT, put in there, and they're neat, put in there. And as long as they keep getting cruisers, I'll be able to keep mine on the road. And like I say, we pulled an engine out of another cruiser also. Mine didn't come with this cover here. Got that out of the wrecking yard also, and I think that's pretty neat up in there. But anyway, we're going to start the new series. This is our theme car. And so I thought maybe it was time to start showing this car and doing videos on it. And I will show y'all more on it as we go. Anyway, this is Curtis. I'm going to sign off for here. And like I keep saying, y'all go out and enjoy your life, enjoy your family, enjoy just living. Get out there and do something, build something, mess with something, rebuild something, or make something out of the blue. And like I say, life is short. Y'all enjoy it. God bless y'all, and thank y'all for watching. Y'all, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that like button, comment, tell me what you like, what you don't like, and I read your comments. I haven't been getting any very few comments on my things, just from a couple of people that have subscribed. And like I say, y'all look at my videos there. I've got several series that I've started on it, and anyway, y'all check them out. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off from here. This is Curtis from All the King Horses.